Hello and welcome to Stories and Lessons. My name is Amy Ebert and I'm your host for today's podcast. Welcome back to this series, All Things Storytelling. Today we're kicking off our new series on storytelling because, let's be real, the world is a stage, my friends, and it's no longer reserved just for actors, influencers, newscasters, and politicians. I'm so looking forward to this series because storytelling is one of my favorite things to do. Telling stories, so fun, right? Whether you're building a brand, crafting content, or just trying to keep your sanity in day-to-day life, or even just wanting to be more engaging, storytelling can be your not-so-secret weapon. And I've got 5 easy steps you can start using today to become a better storyteller, on camera even. And stick with me because by the end of this episode, you'll have a simple system that will turn your daily interactions into magnetic stories. But here's the kicker. I'm leaving one of these steps as a surprise, something that'll really change how you think about storytelling. So keep listening to the end because we're going to dive right into these steps. But the last one, you're going to want to stick around for that. Okay, here's the thing. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a coach, a content creator, or someone who just enjoys a good Zoom room coffee hour chat, storytelling on camera matters. It's not some exclusive club where you need to know somebody or be related to somebody to join. Your daily experiences, those little interactions that make you laugh, cry, or want to roll your eyes, to put it mildly, they're all gold for your storytelling material. Yeah, whether you're an entrepreneur, a coach, or even someone trying to entertain your family at dinner, storytelling matters. And today, you're going to learn how to capture and tell your stories like a pro. Okay, step 1, document. Document that gold. Here's where it starts. You've got to document your stories. It's easier than you think. Pull up a spreadsheet on your computer, a note-taking app, open up a doc, or a good old-fashioned journal, whatever works for you. When something happens that gives you any kind of emotional charge, good, bad, hilariously awkward, those are especially golden, write it down, jot it down, voice record it, document it in some way. For this step, not the whole story, just a quick note for you to jog your memory later. We'll get to that. In our household, we go one step further and we actually reenact our experiences. When we are retelling our stories to each other, we assign wild personalities, maybe a little bit of exaggeration at times for effect. For the characters whom we encounter in our daily lives, someone attempts to steal our precious time. Oh yeah, they're instant villain of the day. No question. We turn these moments into stories, and honestly, it keeps us sane when people are, not so pleasant at times. Those moments where you're like, did that just happen? All right, back to the steps. Step 2, capture the emotional charge. What do I mean by that? Now, why bother documenting these moments? Because they're charged with emotion, and let's face it, stories without emotion is like food without proper spices or something like that. Anyway, it just doesn't hit right? So ask yourself, how did this moment make you feel? Were you moved in some way? Did you feel heard? Was it a good feeling? Betrayed? An intense feeling in a not so good way? Maybe something opened up for you that you didn't even realize was there, like an aha moment? Whatever it is, capture the feeling. Emotion is the heartbeat of any good story. Whether you were having a heartfelt moment with a friend or your boss overlooked you for the promotion, that's worth writing down. Even a little note like, this was the time that I got back from lunch where I overprepared for weeks and still felt totally unheard in the meeting. This can turn into a killer, relatable story for later on. Step 3, flesh it out later. Here's the trick. Don't feel like you have to write the entire story in the moment or speak the whole thing about every little thing that happened. Just get a little snapshot down. Later, you'll go back and flesh it out. Ask yourself, who are the characters in the story? The other people? What do they want? Ooh, in every good story, there's a protagonist and an antagonist. And it's no different in your everyday experiences. Your real life characters could include your coworkers, friends, family, and hey, obviously don't forget yourself. Clearly in this lineup, you're not just an observer seeing something else over there, even though those are funny too, but you're also, in the story. So how the experience unfolded for you. When you retell these stories, keep in mind what everyone's going for. What's their motivation? The idea is not to spill the beans all at once as you're retelling, of course. You don't just dump it on everyone in the beginning. You find this out throughout reading about the story, or watching the story unfold, or hearing the story. You retell in the same way. The magic is in guiding your audience. You want them to discover the story with you. Step 4, here's for fun. Gamify your storytelling. If you really want to take your storytelling to the next level, here's my challenge. Make it a game. Try to capture at least one story every day. Some days you'll have 5, 10, depending on how wild your outings are. So start paying attention and look for those gold nuggets. I'm telling you, once you start collecting, it's addictive. And I mean, fair warning to the people in your life, right? You'll have a lot of stories, so look out, world. Test your stories out on different audiences, your business peers, your audience, your social media audience, right? Social gatherings, your podcast audience, or even your family. Some stories land better with certain crowds. It's a process of trial and error, but that's half the fun. Gamifying it makes the whole process less intimidating and frankly, just way more entertaining. Step 5, bringing it to the camera. You don't have to be there. So you've got your stories, you've fleshed them out, and you've tested them. Now it's time to bring them on camera. Storytelling on camera is about more than just words. It's about the energy you bring. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on connecting. Remember, you're not just retelling an event, you're giving your audience a window into your experience. When you do this consistently, your ideal audience starts to connect with you on a deeper level. That's the magic. It's the know, like, and trust factor at its finest. And it all begins with the stories you choose to tell. So, if you take one thing from today, let it be this. Start documenting. Start small. Pay attention to those little emotional spikes throughout your day. Jot them down and let those stories grow. Before you know it, you'll have a treasure trove of content ready to go at a moment's notice. Collect your stories and try them out with different audiences. You never know when one of them will become that perfect story for your next big on-camera moment. All right, you've got your 5 easy steps to start collecting and telling your stories, and I hope you're feeling fired up to try them out. Will you do me a favor? Write in the comments. How are you going to apply this? Maybe when you're preparing a speech, you have a speech coming up, writing any piece of copy, writing your next reel, a backup story for a live or podcast, either you're hosting or as a guest. And if you're ready to take your on-camera storytelling to the next level, to not just show up, but to stand out, then you might want to dive a little deeper. If you're serious about mastering your on-camera presence, I've got just a thing for you. My 10X on-camera masterclass. This isn't surface level stuff. It's designed to make you 10 times more confident, compelling, and captivating on camera. So if you're ready to stop playing small and start making an unforgettable impact, head over to 10xoncamera.com and let's get started. Remember, life's a stage and you are the storyteller. Having said that, thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you got value from what we've provided, why not spread the love by sharing this episode with someone? Subscribe to or follow the show so you never miss an episode, and give us a positive 5-star review or a thumbs up, depending on which platform you're currently on. For more stories and lessons, check out some of my other episodes in the series. Thank you for showing up, and be well.